First off, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it today. How are you doing, first off?
I'm doing great. School start next week. Got both my hats on. Flip it over, flip it this way, flip it that way. But I'm excited. It's a good time of the year.
And what's that been like for you, balancing obviously being AD and head coach at Bethune-Cookman, and then also being involved in the Big Three with the three-headed monsters? What's the balance like?
Fortunately for me, the big three is on the weekends, and we don't really practice that much. I tell my guys all the time in the big three that basketball, the last 5 minutes of the basketball game is always about time and score. I say in 3-on-3, the entire game up to 50 is about time and score. So it's about how you play the game, your mindset, and what you're trying to accomplish, and understanding the rules of the game. When you understand the rules of the game, when you get to certain points of the game, your mindset has to shift because you might be playing one way early in the game, but as the game progresses, you got to play differently. So that's been a really solid part to some of the success that we've had. From the athletic director's part, I've learned a lot. This is going into my second year. I have a great staff and couldn't do it without great staff. I understand how to build a team. I understand how to lead. And that's basically the same thing as I do as a coach in building a team, building a staff, getting my players to play their best basketball, getting my people in my department to do their best work. I mean, it's about creating the atmosphere for everybody to do their jobs on a high level.
And then obviously, let's talk about the matchup this weekend. You guys got the playoffs getting underway, and what's that been like? How long have you been with the Big Three? First off,
uh, uh 3 years now. I think it's 3 years, maybe four. I think it's three though.
what is the 3-on-3 game like? Obviously, basketball players, you play it in a variety of ways growing up, 5-on-5, 3-on-3, 1-on-1. But what's the transition been like for you, and what's it like coaching a 3-on-3 league?
I tell people all the time, see, you have to respect 3-on-3. I tell them all the time that one-on-one basketball is one of the best workouts of all time because you don't get to rest. 3-on-3 is physical, it's quick. You get exposed on the defensive end because it happens fast. And the game to 50 goes quick. They say, well, it's up to 50. We got plenty of time. No, you don't have a lot of time. It goes fast. And then when you add fireball, when you add the 4-point shot, those things, you hit a guy hit 4-point shots in one game, it can put you in a bad place. So it's a lot of fun. And I think that one of the things that people will recognize is that these guys take it very serious and it is incredibly competitive. And I think that we're really up in our viewership. And I think people are starting to really understand that this is a fun way. It's just like everybody has done as a kid growing up playing 3-on-3. It's just on steroids. It's completely.
And did you ever have an idea thinking that Ice Cube or the powers that be could take this league and make it as popular as as it's become? And obviously, you mentioned there the fandom for it has grown. And what have you seen this from day one and your first days of involvement to where it is now?
As Ice Cube has a vision of what he wants to do, it's a players' league, and he has a vision of how this league it wants to go, and his efforts. His mindset, and think about all the things that he's accomplished in his life. When you think about where he's come from to where he is today, this is a byproduct of loving sports, wanting to be involved, and seeing an avenue for another leg of basketball. And I think that he has really done a phenomenal job in cultivating a culture of competitiveness, fun, and entertainment all in one.
And obviously, too, it keeps a lot of guys in the game. Obviously, they maybe not be
Yeah.
playing in the NBA or overseas. They're getting to still work on their craft and play the game that they love. And speaking of your guys' team, you got a matchup this weekend with Nancy Lieberman led Power. What's the emotions, the feelings like going in towards this game? And obviously, you're led by Rashard Lewis. Played a lot of years in Orlando
Yeah.
with the Magic. He's going to be playing in Florida. I'm sure he's going to have fans there. You'll have fans there as well, being your head of the Bethune-Cookman team.
Yeah.
But what's it like? What's the emotions like going into this weekend?
I'm hoping my staff will come to the game. I'm trying to get them all to come down, and it should be great. You know, Kevin Murphy has been phenomenal. I think without a doubt the MVP of the league. You know, Richard is a great leader for our team. The guys look up to him. Nancy and I have known each other a long time. This power team is very dangerous. They're a big team. They're a volatile team. They're strong, and I think they play hard. You know, when you think of the savvy that they have on their team, you know, the experience that they have, and they've won before. You know, so this is going to be a very interesting test for us, and even more so for them. We've been in a great rhythm and have a great way to play, but I believe that this power team is super hungry, and their volatility to me is their best asset, and we got to fight through that. The one who wins this game is the one who's going to be the toughest in winning this game.
And for fans that may be, familiar from a, just a basis standpoint with the league, what can they expect if maybe they're in town this weekend and they're going to come by the games? What can fans expect from the entertainment, the competition, all that's enveloped in the Big Three league this weekend?
Well, you know one thing, the halftime, action is always great. The intermission action is always great. The music is great. It is a real party at the same time. So, Ice Cube has got that covered. From a basketball perspective, I haven't seen one game that has not been entertaining. If people love basketball, this is a great way. In today's world, you millennials, you like everything to happen right now and happen fast. And that's what the Big Three is. It's up to 50. You got to go from start to finish, and you got to get into it quick, and you get exposed if you're lacking in an area. You only have a 14-second shot clock, so there's lots of getting to the rim and lots of shots going up at the same time. So I expect a fast pace, excitement, entertainment, and celebrity.
Obviously, you don't want to look too far past this matchup with the Power, but you do have
you have to. You have to look to the championship. We're not going to Tampa just to play the Power and go home. We're thinking about getting to Atlanta.
There we go. So you got the Trilogy lingering. Obviously, you guys have they have their matchup of their own, but you guys have that kind of rivalry with them. They're two-time champs. You guys have had your battles. What is it like knowing? Obviously, you want to get there, but what's it like knowing that could happen, a matchup once again? What people will definitely want to see.
Well, you think about what they have. I mean, the product that they put on the floor, the players that they have, and they're an athletic team. They're a team that can switch everything. It's a difficult game. I can't go too far into this, looking that far ahead, although I'm locked in on what we have to do to beat Power. And afterwards, if things don't go well, I know Nancy's going to challenge me to one-on-one, so I might be okay there too.
So she's going to challenge you one-on-one, you think?
Knowing her, if you know her, she'll be all fired. She'll get in my face and challenge me one-on-one right in front of everybody. And I'd have to back down only because I couldn't stand the embarrassment of getting beat by Nancy Lieberman one-on-one.
I think I'd put my money on you if I was a betting man, but that's besides the point. One more question for you, if you don't mind, before we go. Obviously, the game of basketball lost a big legend the last few days in Bill Russell, an icon, a trailblazer of the game. And I believe you played a year or two under him with the Kings, correct?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And what was his impact on you? Obviously, the grand scheme of things, Mr. Russell will go down as one of the greatest of all time, obviously an icon of the game. What did he mean for you and your career in the short time you had with him, and what was your relationship like and just his impact?
I smile because he was such a loving, fun guy. And out of all the things that he accomplished, he liked to laugh. And if you ever know anything about Bill Russell, one of the iconic laughs of all time, and he used to say to me how messed up my laugh was. And I go, out of all the people in the world, you have no way that you're going to talk about the way that I laugh. with his cackle that he has. When you had a chance to be in the presence of Coach Russell, and you watch him deal with all the people that come to him, the one thing that I always know, he didn't like to sign autographs, although for me, he did sign an autograph of one of his books once. And I never seen him turn down a picture. He says, I don't really sign autographs, but I don't have a problem. You want to take a picture, be my pleasure. So you learn the humility, you learn the force behind what makes him who he is. He had his own way of seeing the game and teaching the game. And the one thing that I'll never forget is that he liked to talk a lot of trash, and he liked to have fun. And he said, if we can't laugh and have fun, why are we doing this? And I respect that.
Yeah, my father grew up a Celtics fan, so I heard stories of it was Bird, and then obviously stories of Russell before him, and it was obviously a sad day to hear about his passing, but
Yeah.
he'll have an everlasting legacy on the game for sure. But again, I appreciate you sitting down with me for a few minutes. I'm going to be in attendance Sunday, my first Big 3 event, so I'm looking forward to being there and seeing the action. But again, I thank you for taking the time today, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
I appreciate it. Anytime. And make sure you come by and say hello.
I will. Thank you, man. You have a great day and good luck this weekend, and good luck with Bethune-Cookman this season. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Thank you.